BTS's Jungkook house is back in the limelight, but this time it's not because of a grand concert, nor because of a record-breaking new song. What makes the public surprised is something that is not promoted at all, not exhibited, and almost never discussed openly by the idol himself. A property that had been behind a high fence and tight security suddenly went viral in the United States, sparking global netizens' curiosity and making the U.S. entertainment media raise their voices. Many have wondered, how could the home of a Korean idol steal the attention of the American public without a single official upload? It all started with a short video clip that circulated on American social media platforms. The video does not feature Jungkook singing, dancing, or performing on stage. The camera captures only the exterior corners of a house with an unusual design for the size of a celebrity's dwelling. No logo, no name, not even a sign that the house belongs to a global superstar. But precisely therein lies the surprise. American netizens immediately speculated when they learned that the house was associated with BTS's Jungkook, a figure who has been known to take great care of his personal life. Unlike the homes of Hollywood celebrities who are often exhibited through virtual tours, architectural magazine interviews, or Instagram uploads, Jungkook's house actually seems to disappear from the spotlight. The American media called it an anomaly in the modern world of celebrities. In several entertainment articles, the house has been described as a symbol of extreme closedness amid the exhibitionist culture that dominates the global entertainment industry. Many U.S. journalists consider this the main reason why Jungkook's house feels so striking, not because of its luxury, but because of the reticence that surrounds it. American netizens reacted differently. Some admitted that they were surprised because their expectations of the lifestyle of world-class idols did not match the visible reality. Many imagined Jungkook's home would be full of sheen, flashy lights, and flamboyant designs typical of top celebrities. But what appears is the impression of calm, closed, and almost do not want to be seen. Some viral comments called the house more like a shelter than a status symbol. This reaction spread quickly, even to the discussion forums of architecture and lifestyle in America. This phenomenon then develops further. The U.S. media began to attribute the virality of the Jungkook house to the change in the younger generation's view of fame. In an open world, Jungkook represents a new form of global celebrity, someone who is everything but chooses to hide most of his life. His house became a metaphor for that attitude, not just a building, but a silent statement about the boundary between public and private. What makes this story even more interesting is the absence of clarification from Jungkook and his agency. There is no official statement, no attempt to take advantage of this virality as a promotional tool. The silence only increased the curiosity. The American media called this phenomenon viral without strategy, a rare occurrence in the modern entertainment industry. Many observers consider Jungkook's absence in this narrative to be the main fuel for the virality in South Korea. This news also caused a chain reaction. Korean media began citing American articles discussing Jungkook's home, creating an increasingly large snowball effect. The Korean public is surprised to learn that something that has been considered ordinary or even unimportant has actually become a hot topic abroad. Some Korean pop culture analysts have cited this as an example of how BTS's image, and in particular Jungkook's, has transcended musical boundaries and entered a broader symbolic realm. For ARMY, the virality of Jungkook's home in America caused mixed feelings. There is a sense of pride that anything related to Jungkook always attracts the attention of the world. But there are also concerns about the privacy of the idol. Many fans have publicly asked netizens not to speculate too much and still respect Jungkook's personal space. Hashtags calling for the protection of privacy also appeared, showing that behind the public's curiosity, there is a collective awareness of keeping boundaries. Interestingly, a number of American media actually praised the reaction of these fans. They judged that BTS's fandom has a maturity that is rarely found in other celebrity fan communities. In some coverage, ARMY has been portrayed not just as a music fan, but as an ethics guard who actively reminds the public of the importance of privacy. This further reinforces the narrative that Jungkook and BTS are not just entertainment phenomena, but also social phenomena. This suddenly viral Jungkook house has finally opened a wider discussion about the meaning of success and fame in the global era. In America, where success is often measured by how big something can be on display, Jungkook's attitude of choosing sobriety is both contrasting and touching. Many American netizens admitted that they were inspired, saying that the house reflects the desire to have a safe space in the midst of the pressures of the modern world. Without a concert, without a new song, and without a single word from Jungkook, a house managed to steal the world's attention. This virality is not built by massive promotion, but by a silence that provokes curiosity. Therein lies the surprise. Jungkook's house is not just a building, but a mirror of the figure who chose to appear on the world stage, but still kept himself behind an impenetrable wall. And perhaps, it is precisely for this reason that the world, including the United States, cannot stop talking about it. The virality of Jungkook's home in the United States is slowly changing from a mere curiosity to a deeper cultural reflection. A number of U.S. entertainment columnists began to write that this phenomenon shows the clash of two worlds: the world of K-pop idols who are accustomed to living under strict control, and the world of Western celebrities who are synonymous with extreme openness. Jungkook's house stands at the center of that clash, as if it were living proof that global popularity doesn't always have to be paid for by opening up one's entire private life to the public. In one widely shared coverage, an American journalist called Jungkook's home a silent luxury. It is not luxury that screams, but luxury that whispers. This phrase immediately provoked a long discussion in the comments. Many American netizens claim to have just realized that there is another form of luxury, namely the ability to disappear even though the world wants to continue to see. For them, the fact that Jungkook can have a barely detectable house feels even more impressive than the mansion of a Hollywood celebrity whose every corner can be found on Google. This issue then spread to the discussion of the mental pressure that public figures are subjected to. Some psychologists in America have even spoken out, arguing that Jungkook's house could be seen as a response to the burden of extreme popularity. Without naming specific details, they attribute this virality to the growing public awareness of the importance of safe spaces for individuals living under constant spotlight. In this context, Jungkook's house is no longer seen as an object of gossip, but rather as a symbol of self-protection. That, on the other hand, there are also critical voices that question why society is so obsessed with an idol's house. This discussion arose on American online forums, where part of the users called this phenomenon a reflection of the culture of modern voyeurism. But interestingly, the arguments often lead to the same conclusion. Jungkook did nothing to spark this furor. He does not invite cameras, does not open the doors of his house for exclusive tours, and does not take advantage of this virality for personal gain. Precisely because of that passive attitude, the story of Jungkook's house feels different.